As South Korea moves towards building a nuclear-powered submarine, what would Seoul's greater sea power mean for regional and global security? Also, what will be the next steps and challenges ahead? Our Oh Soo-young provides a look in our diplomatic focus this week.
South Korea's push to acquire nuclear-powered submarines marks a strategic step aligned with the rules-based international order amid growing regional tensions. President Lee Jae Myung last month asked President Donald Trump for cooperation in developing nuclear-propelled submarines with the use of US enriched uranium fuel. Trump approved the request within 24 hours, a significant move, according to Dr. Yu Jihoon, a former ROK Navy officer who has been deeply involved in the Navy's aircraft carrier and submarine programs.
It shows that Washington fully acknowledges South Korea's strategic importance as a maritime power and a trusted ally in the Indo-Pacific. U.S. support suggests more than political endorsement. It could mean a closer cooperation in technology, industrial development, and operational planning.
Seoul has stressed that its pursuit of nuclear-powered submarines is not intended to fuel a broader arms race, underscoring that the project's purpose is defensive. North Korea earlier this year unveiled nuclear-powered submarines for the first time, raising alarm within and beyond the region.
North Korea already possesses submarine-launched ballistic missiles, and both China and Russia have been expanding their naval operations around the Korean peninsula. Conventional diesel-electric submarines are limited in endurance and range, but nuclear-powered submarines can remain submerged for months, giving South Korea a credible second strike capability and persistent surveillance presence.
Beyond Seoul's own security, Yu says South Korea's sea power can fill a critical capability gap in regional security.
The United States likely supports this initiative because it strengthens collective deterrence and burden sharing within the alliance. A capable South Korean undersea fleet would enhance regional stability and complement U.S. and allied naval forces across the Indo-Pacific. Their ability to conduct long-endurance patrols would improve early warning, crisis monitoring, and intelligence collection on potential threats. In addition, these submarines would strengthen cooperation among like-minded allies, the US, Japan, Australia, and European partners, supporting a more integrated, rules-based maritime order.
But this will take time and strenuous effort, requiring congressional and regulatory approval.
Technologically, designing and safely operating a compact naval reactor requires time, extensive testing, and new industrial infrastructure. Regulatory challenges include, establishing a framework for nuclear fuel supply and international safeguards under non-proliferation commitment.
So I imagine that the Department of Energy is going to take a much closer look at any export of nuclear technology and nuclear materials to South Korea. So the Department of Energy doesn't consider strategy or security or alliance management so much. It focuses on non-proliferation.
For now, Washington has expressed optimism about South Korea using its own shipyards.
Now, South Korea already has a very competent submarine industry, and so competent that it's a very competitive supplier to countries such as Australia and Canada and several European countries. So South Korea has the potential to construct its own submarines. Whether it's going to be allowed to do this in the context of a nuclear submarine is a whole nother question. So we've got the potential for the submarines to be built in the US, but this then puts in queue a whole range of extra hurdles for other states seeking submarines.
Experts expect around 8 to 10 years for a nuke-powered submarine to be operational, launched in the early to mid-2030s, in line with South Korea's Navy Vision 2045 and the nation's broader goal of achieving a blue water navy capable of global missions. Oh Soo-young, Arirang News.